Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, we're going to be checking out the CommSec Pocket app and how to use it, and pretty much run down the basics of its layout, and especially for the people that want to get into ETFs, why I think this is such a great app to get into. So if you guys want to also support this channel, can you please like and subscribe this video? And let's get into it. Hey guys, what's going on? So as discussed earlier, in this video we're going to be discussing the CommSec Pocket app and why you should use it, especially if you're getting into ETFs and you're a beginner and you just want that simplicity of such an easy app to use that has low brokerage fees and costs for investing. And so just as you know, or so you can know, I have used this app in the past, so it's not like I'm trying to give a review for an app that I haven't used. As you can see, way back in August 2019, I started investing a bit of money and then the occasional top-ups, right up to the point in my life where I started doing a lot of change, where I was thinking of selling my house and selling out of all these stocks, getting rid of a lot of debt. So I can technically sort of start from scratch, but also once I sold my house, I used that cash to get into the stock market again. Alright, so the most basic thing about the app is everyone probably wants to know how much it costs to use. So the CommSec Pocket app is very cheap brokerage fees, which start off at $2 per trade, buying or selling, when that's under $1,000 in value. But for any trades over $1,000, CommSec Pocket charges 0.2%. So for example, if you got an $1,100 trade, you'll cost $2.20 for the brokerage fee. So let's go and have a look at a couple of the ETFs that you can invest in with the CommSec Pocket. They have 7 ETFs all up, and all you do is you go to this top tab over here and you go explore investments, and the first one that comes up is the Aussie Top 200, which I used to invest in. You got the Aussie Dividends Fund High Yield ETF. You got the Global 100, Emerging Markets. You got your Health ETF, Sustainability Leaders, and of course a tech savvy app. Well, ETF, sorry. So if you sort of like the sound of one of these ETFs and you want to get more information on it, for example, how much they pay out, their dividend yields, you go explore, and it brings up their information sheet, and straight off the bat you can see their current price, $22.11. Gives you a quick little rundown of the ETF at the top here. So this fund gives you exposure to around about 200 of the largest companies in the Australian Stock Exchange. And then further down, if you wanted to see what companies they actually are invested in, the top companies here: CSL, CBA, BHP, and you can view all of their, this is just their top ones actually. So by clicking into it, you can see more of their top investments with some great companies there like Wesfarmers, Woolworths, a lot of financial companies that they're invested in. But if you come further down, you can see their actual full portfolio diversification. And sort of as I just mentioned before, they got a big percentage in the financial services. Basic materials, we've got some industrials, real estate, consumer. So you can really see how ETFs really are very diversified. So instead of having to pick individual stocks, you can just pick an ETF that you like, or a couple of ETFs. So here's your little chart. You can do it from a month, a year. You can see how much things are discounted at the moment because of the Rona. $22.11 current share price, when they used to be up around the $29 mark back in early Feb 2020. They got a little evaluation on their performance returns here. But if you want to actually see how much they pay out in the dividends, or like ETFs like to call it, their distributions, you go more information about this ETF. Gives you a little rundown about ETF management fees, also their income. So as you can see here, the ASX Top 200 will earn a dividend income with a yield of 5.12% per annum, which is very good in my opinion. Especially with such low brokerage fees, you can just keep topping up this, giving yourself a really good averaging out purchase price, and just for really good compounding and long-term growth. So let's just go and take another quick look at a different sort of app that's not really in the ASX, but let's have a look at the Global 100 and let's have a look at what their companies that they are invested in. So this one's a little bit more pricey, coming in at $75.53. As we said before, you got your first little summary here. It's a big world out there, and the Aussie share market isn't the only place to invest in. With around 100 blue chip companies, including some of the world's largest and best known brands, this fund is a simple way to get exposure to the global economy. How good does that sound? All big companies in one ETF. So let's have a quick look at their top companies. Of course, we've got Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google's, J&J, Nestle, Intel, and a lot of other companies. Their diversification, technology. So these guys look like they're pretty technology strong. 27.2%. You got some healthcare, consumer, financial services, energies. Pretty good diversification as well. So as you can see in this little graph here over the 1 year mark, you can actually see they've bounced back quite well considering a lot of other stocks. So they were right up here around about, by the looks of it, the $84 mark. They dropped right down to, let's try and get it there, $67. And they've already bounced right back up to close to around, oh, there you go, the $75 mark. So they've had a pretty good bounce back in my opinion. Their performance over the last few years, year 1, 2 and 3. Now, because it's so diversified and you're in a lot of big blue chip companies, let's have a quick little look at how much their dividend yield is. So these guys are a little bit lower, but you never know, this could have a lot more growth in this stock. So you could make more money in the long run from the growth alone with the additional 2.93% per annum for this dividend yield, which is still not that bad. It's a lot better than a lot of the savings accounts out there. I think there's hardly any savings accounts even close to 2% per annum. And you got the diversification of being invested in 100 massive US companies. How good is that? Now, if I did have a portfolio, their portfolio screen is just on the home screen, where it would give you a current value and your percentage earnings to date. But of course, I'm no longer using the CommSec Pocket app. But you can also do an investment just with this plus symbol here. You can pick which ETF you'd like to use, so the Aussie Top 200. And as you can see here, the minimum investment is $49, but that's with only a $2 brokerage fee. And if you wanted to do that on the CommSec trading platform, it's going to cost you $20 per brokerage fee for anything under $1,000. So that's pretty good for a long-term investment. As you can see there, I do have my account balance up there. But yeah, so if you wanted to buy some shares in the Aussie Top 200, so the minimum of $49. So let's see how many shares we'd get for $100. All right, we're going to get approximately 4 units. So all you do is you tick next. And of course the market is closed at the moment, so it's giving me a little warning here. Here's what will happen next. Here's what will happen next. You'd read over this. If you prefer to wait until the market opens, you'll be able to check the list price and place your order then. And I can be like, okay, don't show me this again. So here's a quick little summary before you do the investment. You got a maximum investment of my $100, fee only $2, priced at $22.11, unless the stock market price goes up as soon as it opens, with the purchase of 4 units. So total cost was going to be around about $90.44. And you just go ahead and click invest. So the CommSec Pocket app in summary, great app to get into. Great app if your just main focus is wanting to get into a couple of ETFs that you can keep investing into without constantly worrying about the company or doing a lot of research in single companies. You got the cheap brokerage fees of $2 per trade, which allows you to top up a lot more compared to if you're paying $20 per trade, because you're going to have to make that money back eventually. And with such ease to get into it, you'd be crazy to not try out this app. Alright, that pretty much sums up the CommSec Pocket app, guys. And if you really would like to support this YouTube channel, can you please like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel for any more upcoming videos that I'm going to be making. I'm really enjoying making these little videos and getting my YouTube channel going. And I really appreciate getting the views. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.